In the beginning of time, there was the Ford Raptor. Now in its third generation, we have this 2022 F-150 Raptor, and I want to put it up against this truck.
Yeah, the Ford Raptor is old news now. This is the newest off-road truck on the market, the Silverado ZR2 with its big 6.2-liter V8.
In case, why am I screaming?
Yeah, a little bit because we're in a severe weather system here on the Front Range of Colorado.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't scream. Well, let's put it on the quarter-mile drag race, twin-turbo V6 versus good, proper V8, and see what's what. So we are, of course, in Colorado, here at our airstrip, and so there is some altitude and elevation above sea level, which is almost a mile above sea level. So technically I have an advantage because I have two turbos. But this truck also weighs more. The Raptor right here has pretty much every option. It's rolling on 35s and it weighs almost 6,000 pounds, which is like 250 pounds more than that Chevy.
We love to have some money saved for a rainy day like today, but buying a truck can get expensive, and that's where our friends at Upstart can really help out. An Upstart-powered personal loan can help you pay off credit cards, consolidate high-interest debt, or fund personal expenses. And with it, you get a fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date. The terms are simple and the process is all online. Since you're more than just a credit score, Upstart weighs factors like your income and employment to find a smarter rate for your loan. Don't wait and check your rate today at upstart.com/fastlane. That's upstart.com/fastlane to check your rate today. And don't forget to use our URL to let them know we sent you. Upstart provides loans anywhere from $1,000 to $50,000, and checking your rate won't impact your credit score. Go to upstart.com/fastlane. They've helped over 1.8 million customers, and you can receive funds in as little as 1 business day. All right, I'm in 4 auto, traction control off. This is a naturally aspirated big V8, so it should spring off of the line. I've got smaller diameter tires too, so that might help me a little bit. But this is a long drag race, and that Raptor is quick.
4-wheel drive auto, sport mode, traction control advanced track disabled. Ooh, the turbos light up!
Oh my God, immediately he sets off.
I think that was pretty good.
I maybe had just the slightest of a better launch.
Looks like the Raptor is walking away from it. That's it. Okay, so stock Raptor, a mile above sea level, 14.99.
All right, my quarter mile time, 16.14 at 87 miles per hour. So it's not a slow truck, but that Raptor had me. No doubt about it.
So how do you like them apples?
Man, I thought I was gonna get a little bit more on you from the launch, but we launched almost just the same. I think my truck maybe edged you out slightly when we took off, but the Raptor pulled away pretty much immediately.
So my engine is all stock. I gotta thank Brandon. This is not our truck. Brandon is one of our viewers. He brought this Ford Raptor for us to use for this video.
My truck is also brand new, so it's completely factory everything. 6.2-liter V8 with 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque, and a 10-speed automatic transmission. So not a bad setup, but that Raptor just got more.
Yeah, and the Raptor specs are 450 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque, also 10-speed. But dude, the Raptor is turning bigger tires. But I think the other difference here, stock for stock truck, is that the Raptor is using slightly more aggressive, or a lot more aggressive rear differential ratio, which is a 4:10-to-1. Your ZR2 Silverado is using a 3:23-to-1.
Yeah, another big difference is that we're a mile above sea level here in Colorado, and forced induction like the turbo on your motor, it doesn't lose nearly as much as having a big naturally aspirated engine like this, where you're just not going to make as much power as you would at sea level.
How about we do a second drag race, and I give you a second head start?
Oh, Andre, that's going to make me feel bad. You giving me a handicap?
Well, why not?
All right, well, let's do it.
1/1000.
So, I did indeed leave a full second ahead of Andre.
Okay, quarter mile is a long way.
And I'm keeping him away.
Damn, that Chevy is running strong.
The truck isn't gaining on me as much as I would have thought.
I think I gave him too much. And my second result was slower. I mean, I did everything the same way, and I'm getting a 15.21.
How was your performance? Was it pretty much
A little bit more consistent?
So this run, I was a 16.04 at 87 miles per hour. So ever so slightly better, but yeah, I would still say pretty consistent.
All right, dude, but we also gotta do 0 to 60s. Can I do that, please?
Yeah, let's see what they do.
And now, just because I'm super curious, I'm gonna do a 0 to 60, 2 of them actually in each truck. I'm gonna start right here in the F-150 Raptor 35, and I'm gonna use the same modes I've used for the drag race. 4-wheel drive automatic, sport mode, traction control, and advanced track stability control disabled. And I'm gonna brake torque it and give you 0 to 60 time into the wind, and then the second one with the wind. So let me boost it up a little bit. And go. That's pretty good launch. It kind of likes this. I brake torqued it to about 2,700 RPM, maybe a little bit higher. And this is the result. Into the wind, 6.55. Okay, here's the second one. The turbo gauge is going max. What, maybe 20 PSI? That was quite a bit faster, 6.33. So I'm actually gaining 0.2 in a 0 to 60. So if you average them, about 6.4 seconds, 0 to 60, stock Raptor, 35-inch tall tires. I'm really glad that Chevrolet has now selling the Silverado ZR2. This is now their Halo off-road truck in the full-size half-ton segment. It's not a true Raptor competitor, right? It does not have the same wide body stance, the same articulation and suspension travel. It doesn't have a super high output, but it is the next level of Chevy truck. And it does have a solid V8, and this is a base ZR2 Silverado without many options. $67,000 we paid for this truck. This belongs to TFL. So same thing, I'm gonna do 2 0 to 60s here. I'm gonna brake torque it. By the way, this truck is more lively with the traction control disabled. Okay, let me see. Yeah. It has a good punch off the line. And linear power, of course. Okay, so into the wind, 7.77 at a mile above sea level. Ooh, so as always, for sea level, you can subtract about a second and a half sometimes because of lower air density. There's a little bit less oxygen up here. And of course, engines, as humans, like oxygen. Okay, now I'm gonna do one with the wind helping me, hopefully a little bit. Huh, interesting. I gained about a tenth. 7.6. So at the end of the day, the average on the Raptor was about 6.4-ish. The average here is about 7.6 to 7 closer to 7.7. So at least a second quicker is the Raptor. So hopefully my next thing here with the ZR2 Silverado, I want to get the performance exhaust boreless system that should give it greater sound and hopefully a little bit boost of performance. So there you have it. So the results are pretty clear.
Yeah, I mean, the more powerful truck was faster.
Okay, so the quarter mile was faster, and then 0 to 60 was clearly better.
Although I was surprised that I didn't have more off the line, although I guess a 410 gearing in that Raptor probably makes a pretty big difference off the line.
Yeah, but the ZR2 also has a smaller tire, so I was hoping the ZR2 would be a little bit closer, but hey.
Me too. I'm still a little bummed that you put me in the less powerful truck. That feels like a conscious decision, but I'll tell you what, with the sound of that V8, there's no losing.
Well, there you go. Let us know what you guys think. You see all the data right there on the screen. Big thanks to Brandon for bringing his truck as always.
Yeah.
And we'll be doing a lot more off-road videos too, because was just mostly fun for me.
It was fun for me too.
But we'll be doing more off-roading as well. Thanks. Brandon, thanks. First of all, thanks for bringing the truck.
No problem.
And also letting me drive.
No worries.
So I gotta ask you, first of all, why Ford Raptor? Why this one?
So I'd always wanted a Raptor since I saw them first come out in 2010.
Yeah.
Didn't really have the funds for it until the last few years, but I was ready to buy one, I want to say, a couple of years ago, but I told myself I'd wait for the Gen 3. Mm-hmm. My dad had a Gen 2, and I mean, it was just an awesome truck. So I just saved up a little bit and
this is it. So you chose the one with 35s, right?
Correct, yeah.
And this color, which is cool.
Yeah, I wanted something that was unique to the Raptor, or to Ford Performance, I guess. Yeah. And I also, the 35s had a little bit more travel, and plus, I mean, I don't think the 37 would fit in my garage. So,
so the interesting part, seeing these two trucks together. So the ZR2 is, of course, Chevrolet's most recent, entry. Maybe not quite a Raptor competitor, but seeing them together, they're quite different.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely, you can see this the width difference, and that might help on some trails out here in Colorado, especially.
What was the price on this truck?
So I paid $76 sticker for this one. I was lucky to get it at MSRP. It was pretty hard to do nowadays. But also, the Ford, I did just get a check for $800 in the mail from Ford for the Blue Cruise not being active on us anymore. So I guess a little bit over 75 is what I'm paying. Okay,
and the ZR2 was 67-ish. Yeah. So, but you can get this down closer to 70 if you didn't get all the options, right?
Absolutely. I mean, at the time I ordered it, I could have got it below 70 if you just got it base.
Okay. So, are you happy with this? I mean, are you going to keep this for a while?
I love it. It's been an absolute dream. Like I said, I've already been exploring a lot in the mountains with it. Definitely gonna keep it as long as I can.
Okay. Well, thanks, dude. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for letting me drive once again. Yeah, pretty solid truck.
Thanks.